So the Go Time core values, every company should do this too, by the way. You need to define what your core values are. It makes operating so much simpler when you do that. But we actually had an annual planning event. We sit down and we said, all right, we've all been doing a lot of things at Go Time, but what is it at the core? What do we represent? How are we going to operate? And what are those values? And just going through that process really clarified, who we were and how we were going to interact. And the first one that I can think of is humble.
I think humble is maybe not shining the light on yourself. It's figuring out ways to help people out where maybe they don't see you helping them out.
There's a lot of people in this industry that beat the chest, and it's easy on social media to want to become an influencer and show off all the awesome things done.
I think the best way to be humble in teaching people is to ask questions rather than give answers.
But if we're here to truly serve, we feel that we can do that in a way that is, we don't have to do that. We want to show with our actions and not necessarily with just our words. And we want to do it in a way that's very respectful. I've made a lot of mistakes and I've learned from a lot of great people. So I don't feel like I'm even worthy to be able to beat the chest and act any way but humble. So that's the first core value of Go Time. Integrity is our next core value.
Doing what you should do, whether somebody's watching you or not.
This it's almost a no-brainer, right? So I mean, if you're going to do anything, do it in a way that is honest and makes people comfortable with doing business with you.
Doing the right thing, what feels good, what feels the best for that entity you're managing, the customers, the people you're dealing with day to day.
Integrity I feel like should be a core value of every company as a default. So if you look up magnanimous in the dictionary, it says to be generous, even forgiving to a rival or a less powerful person.
You don't do it necessarily for fame and glory. You do it for achieving and succeeding and the good of mankind, maybe.
To us, magnanimous is being that servant. It goes back to the humble and the integrity. Let's just give. Let's put it out there and without expectation of anything coming back.
And the air conditioning industry is kind of like the perfect thing because, when I was a kid, we had window shakers, we had swamp coolers that blew in moist air into a house. And today, look at what the air conditioning industry has done for everybody in the world. Now you can put 100 people in the building and they can develop something and produce something that makes life easier for somebody else. And I think that magnanimous is giving back, whether you realize you're giving back or not.
A transformative educator.
I think I'm surrounded by those. I think guys like Chuck and Chris and Joe and getting people the information they need so that there is a transformational education platform here.
So at Go Time, obviously, we're here to inspire and to teach others in the trade. So we need to be a great transformative educator, not just an educator, but we truly want to transform lives. But to do that, you also have to learn yourself. So part of this core value is us never stopping learning. If you see any of us, we're all the time trying to have personal growth and learning ourselves, because we know if we learn and we continue to grow, we can continue to give back to others. The last core value is massive action takers. It wasn't good enough just to be action takers. We need to be massive action takers.
I always thought I was I took action quick and I adjusted quick. When that action wasn't working, I adjusted quick. But something, I surrounded myself with better people than me, like Chris Hunter. I don't think there's anybody I've ever seen in my life that is applies ideas quicker and better than Chris does.
This is what we encourage contractors to do, so we encourage ourselves to do it. Once we go and learn something, let's not just sit on it. Let's not just take action. Let's take massive action so we can have really great results. But there is something that happens after massive action. You also need to be consistent. You need to take consistent action to keep those results going as you go along.